Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz. Today is October 5, 2015, 12:36 a.m. Birmingham. Topic, Israel and what's happening there right now with Benjamin Netanyahu. A lot of stuff. But let me go back. If you remember, 10 years ago, a decade ago, more than 9,000 Israelis were uprooted from their homes and communities in the Gush Khalif bloc in the Gaza Strip, all for the sake of peace. The international community unanimously applauded this bold step for peace. CBN's Scott Ross talked with some of those faithful pioneers who were forced to sacrifice so much and got nothing but rockets in return. If you remember, they didn't have any warning. When they struck the deal with Yasser Arafat, like one night, the next morning, the IDF had to go all the way through this area and remove people, most by force, and they didn't even give them time to take things from their homes. You would think that, number one, they'd give them a little bit of time to get the stuff, but they didn't. And I think that's wrong, but I'm not over there, so, it's mine. But what happens is really bad. To start with, all that was left were businesses, a lot of businesses, a lot of homes, apartments, and some warehouses. And talking about, huge places that had greenhouses where food enough to feed 30, 40,000 people. Just maintain it, and it'll feed that many people. Every bit of that stuff was bulldozed. They didn't even go in the house and get a TV that a Jew owned. No clothing, no nothing. Why didn't they just empty the house and live in it? No, they bulldozed them and burned them all to the ground. So then they started yelling, we need money to build over here. We don't have nothing to live in. I'd tell Arafat to kiss my royal butt. But that's just one of the things that the Palestinians do right now. And this is ABBAS. He's the man behind this. You've been hearing a lot of stabbings and cuttings all in the Jerusalem area, in the old city down there, as well as up on the Wailing Wall. The Dome of the Rock, the Temple Mount. I couldn't think of it. But all this is backed and pushed and told by ABBAS, do it every day. Do something. Create problems. We hate those SOBs talking about the Jews. And the thing is, Jerusalem is owned by the Jews. They have control of all of it. And they were kind of trying to make peace, so they let Jordan actually control it, as well as the Dome of the Rock. Well, they're not controlling it, but they shouldn't have. Israel can step in any second and say, all right, the deal's up. We're taking it. And you're going to play by our rules. Well, then Kerry said, we think that Netanyahu's just wearing out. He's throwing his hands up on the Iran deal. John Kerry, got news for you. Your ears are terribly clogged. Very. You want to know what Benjamin Netanyahu said about Iran? You think he's throwing his hands up? Netanyahu at the UN, moments after, or a day after John Kerry said this, Iran deal does not make peace more likely. It makes war more likely. And all this going on that ABBAS is pushing, and half of it's coming from Turkey, making them do the same thing. Create as many problems as you can throughout Israel. Just create problems. Guys, they're stirring a hornet's nest. And God won't forget who is stirring it either. And, but I just wanted to tell you, expect something really soon to happen in Israel. And, well, you'll see. Just look for it soon. And we'll know that time has come. Jody with Expoz.